Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries when you guys sign up. So go ahead and hop in there, get some nice wins. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate today. 15 matchups. Starting with the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Chicago Cubs. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 2.67. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 3.95. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. St. Louis losing to Chicago yesterday 7-5. Cubs on a 3-game winning streak here. St. Louis is 5-1 on the road against Chicago. 7-3 straight up against Chicago. Pretty even pitching matchup here. Mikolas, has given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts. Despite his ERA, he's actually had a rough last 3 games here on the mound. And it looks like you can get the Cubs as the underdog here. I think I'm going to take the Cubs plus 1.5 at home. And if you want to take them on the money line, do what you guys want to do. But yeah, on a 3-game winning streak, playing pretty well. Looked good yesterday. I'm going to take the Cubs plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the San Francisco Giants versus the Miami Marlins. Giants opening up as road favorites at -150. Miami plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 5.73. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Eliza Hernandez with an ERA of 5.77. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Giants losing to the Marlins yesterday 3-0. Just couldn't get anything going in yesterday's matchup. Pretty even pitching matchup here. Both pitchers giving up their fair share of runs. Cobb has given up 15 runs in his last 3 starts. That's a lot. Not in love with that whatsoever here. I'm going to take a shot with the Marlins plus 1.5 at home. Cobb's just struggled the last 3 games here. And Hernandez hasn't been that bad. Not as bad, but to lay -150 with the way Cobb's been playing, not in love with it. I'm going to take the Marlins plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus Cincinnati Reds. The Reds opening up as home favorites at -130. Washington plus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 5.08. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Reds is Mike Minor. Looks like he's getting his first start of the season here. Last season didn't look very good. I wouldn't say it didn't look very good, but definitely gave up some runs in his last few starts. Washington on a 4-game losing streak, losing to the Reds yesterday 8-1. Reds hit very well yesterday. Washington 1-6 on the road, 1-4 on the road against Cincinnati, so not a good road team right now. Cincinnati 5-1 at home. Not in love with Minor on the mound. We'll see if he does end up pitching. Maybe make a change. Could be a bullpen game probably. I'm gonna take the Reds at home. Nationals, they've just on a bad 4-game losing streak. They've only scored 1 run in their last 3 games here. I'm gonna take the Reds at home. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates opening up as home favorites at -115. Arizona -105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Arizona is Merrill Kelly with an ERA of 3.67. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Pirates is JT Brubaker with an ERA of 4.15. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Arizona coming off a 6-0 loss against Atlanta. Coming off those 3 wins against LA. Arizona 11-2 on the road. 11-2 on the road against Pittsburgh, where they've been really good. Just 2-11 at home. Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road here, and I kind of like them on the money line as well. And you guys should know by now, like when I'm picking an underdog, I'm taking plus 1.5. I always will. I don't care what the value is. If it's minus 200, minus 150, whatever, it's going in parlays. So you already know I'm out here doing 2, 3, 4 teamers. So none of that even matters because it's going to be positive money regardless. So we'll take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Guardians versus the Baltimore Orioles. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Baltimore plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Cleveland is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.35. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Orioles is Bruce Zimmerman with an ERA of 4.01. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Cleveland on a 3-game winning streak. Looked good in that Royal Series. 5-1 against Baltimore, so they've been good against Baltimore here. I'm liking the Guardians on the road here. Zimmerman's given up 15 runs in his last 3 starts. Bieber's only given up 4. Yeah, but Zimmerman's been struggling these last few games here. Not in love with that. I'm going to take the Guardians on the road. Next matchup with the Detroit Tigers versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as big home favorites at minus 340. Detroit plus 280 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Tigers is Elvin Rodriguez with an ERA of 6.17. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 3.12. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 10 strikeouts. Detroit coming into this on a 3-game winning streak against Minnesota. Yankees on a 3-game winning streak as well against the Angels. Yankees 5-0 at home where they've been solid. And yeah, Elvin Rodriguez has only pitched twice this season. Gave up 4 runs in his first start. Looked good in his last start, but going to be tough for Detroit on the road here. The under's hit in 5 out of the last 6 matchups. I'm going to take the Yankees at home. I know they're big favorites, but man, plus 280, do what you want with the Tigers here. I just don't trust Elvin on the mound. I do like Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. Taking the Yankees at home. Do what you want with that run line as well. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as big home favorites at minus 220. Minnesota plus 180 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Twins is Chichi Gonzalez. Looks like he's getting his first start of the season. We'll see if he does end up being the actual pitcher for the start of the matchup. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 3.48. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 3-game losing streak. Toronto on an 8-game winning streak right now. They're playing so good. 5-1 at home. I mean, they're playing lights out baseball here. Kikuchi's been pretty decent on the mound. He's only given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts. And, you know, Chi getting his first start on the mound here. It'll probably be a bullpen game here. Rolling with Blue Jays. They're just on a nice roll, and I definitely want to be a part of it. Have been for this run. Taking Blue Jays at home. Next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -200. The White Sox +170 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the White Sox is Vince Velasquez with an ERA of 5.30. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 2.01. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. The White Sox on a 3-game losing streak, losing all 3 of those to Toronto. Tampa Bay coming off 2 wins against Texas. Tampa Bay 6-2 at home, where they've played pretty well. Vince Velasquez has given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. McClanahan's only given up 2. Yeah, I like the Rays at home. Love McClanahan on the mound. Not in love with Vince Velasquez. Rolling with Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -120. Texas +110 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 2.29. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 4.31. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Seattle coming off a 7-6 win against Baltimore. Rangers on a 2-game losing streak. Seattle 7-1 against Texas, where they've been very good. I do like Logan Gilbert on the mound. Coming off a game where he didn't give a run. He's only given up 6 runs in his last 3 starts. Dunning's given up 9. Yeah, Mariners been the better head-to-head team here. I'm going to roll with the Mariners on the road. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Kansas City Royals. Houston opening up as road favorites at -130. The Royals +110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Astros is Jose Urquidy with an ERA of 4.80. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 2.49. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Houston coming into this on a 4-game winning streak. Royals on a 4-game losing streak. They're 2-8 in their last 10 right now. Houston 8-3 on the road against the Royals, where they've been very solid. Yeah, not in love with the Royals here. They struggle against Houston on a bad losing streak. I'm going to take the Astros on the road. Next matchup, we have the San Diego Padres versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -150. The Padres +130 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 1.86. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 1.95. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 11 strikeouts. Padres losing to the Brewers yesterday 5-4. On a 4-game losing streak here. 2 of those 4 they have covered on the run line. Milwaukee, coming off that 5-4 win yesterday. The unders hitting the Padres 7 of their last 10 matchups here. A very even pitching matchups. 2 really good pitchers on the mound here. I'm going to take another shot with the Padres, +1.5. Covered yesterday. I think they could, more than capable of getting a win here, snapping out of that streak. But a very even pitching matchup. Couldn't imagine paying -150 for either team here. So I'm going to take Padres +1.5. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the Colorado Rockies. Braves opening up as road favorites at -185. The Rockies plus 155 with the over-under at 11. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 3.10. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Chad Kuhl with an ERA of 3.56. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 7 strikeouts. Braves on a 2-game winning streak, beating the Rockies 13-6 yesterday. I mean, yeah, it was a beatdown yesterday. Colorado just 4-6 in their last 10. Yeah, Fried playing pretty well. Only giving up 6 runs in his last 3 starts. Chad Kuhl's given up 8 runs. I'm gonna roll with the Braves on the road, just from what we saw yesterday, man. Braves came into play. Hopefully they can hit as well as they did yesterday here. I'm rolling with the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we have the Boston Red Sox versus the Oakland Athletics. Boston opening up as road favorites at -155. Oakland plus 140 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nathan Eovaldi with an ERA at 3.77. His last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for Oakland is James Kaprielian with an ERA of 5.93. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 2 strikeouts. Boston coming off a 7-1 win against Cincinnati. Oakland on a 3-game losing streak. They're 1-6 in their last 7 right now. 1-7 at home. Yeah, they're struggling pretty big time here. Kaprielian's given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts. I'm going to take the Red Sox on the road. Next matchup, we have the New York Mets versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -165. The Mets plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Mets is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.66. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 2.90. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 6 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed a run in his last 2 starts on the mound. Mets losing 2-0 yesterday. You know, of course, with the Dodgers struggling, they shut the Mets out. I mean, it's always when you put the Dodgers in the doghouse for a game or 2, that's when they usually come up with a nice win. The Mets 1-6 on the road against the Dodgers, 1-8 straight up against the Dodgers here. Bassett's given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts. Anderson's only given up 2 in his last 3. I'm rolling with the Dodgers at home here. Tyler Anderson not giving up a run in his last 2 starts. Most definitely like that. I'm going to take the Dodgers at home. All right, then the last matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Philadelphia Phillies. I do have the pitchers for this one, but I do not have I can't find the lines for this game. So be sure to check that out when that info does get released. Pitching for the Angels is Chase Silseth with an ERA of 3.07. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 5.02. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Angels on an 8-game losing streak right now. Phillies aren't much better. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Angels 0-6 on the road. I mean, definitely not in love with this matchup at all here. I'm going to roll with the home team. I don't know what the odds are, but I just don't want to be a part of this 8-game losing streak. In all 3 of their last games, they've only put up 1 run. So that's not going to get it done at all here. I'm going to take the Phillies at home against a struggling Angels team. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.